Hey guys, it's Vicki here, and I am a happy little camper. Social media led me on what I thought was a wild goose chase over the weekend when Linda Redflower, LP Redflower on YouTube, posted a haul video of some things she had found at Tuesday Morning and Joann's. And I'd never heard of it, so of course researched it over the weekend and found out that the company is in my hometown of Springdale, which is 30 minutes from me. 40 if the traffic's heavy. But anyway. And I emailed them, and first thing Monday morning I had, please come see us, in my inbox, and so I did that yesterday. I had used a couple of their sprays on my pink canvas for hashtag Think Pink Art video. And I have a bin of Glimmer Mist right here. This is by Tattered Angels. And they have, I can't be right, but I think I counted 128 colors. And I have 24 of them. And I bought them when a scrapbook store was going out of business. And as it turns out, the owners of CanvasCorp owned this scrapbook store. So this was when that particular department was being closed out, I guess, by the new owners. So I quick did a swatch book so I'd know what I had, in case they had a warehouse store or samples, or, you know, so I'd know what I had so I could add to my collection. As it turns out, the Tattered Angels line is mica, and I know you can't see that. Maybe you can. Yeah, I see some right there. Has real fine mica in it. And at one time, I guess Tattered Angels was a premier line and maybe the first spray line with mica. Wonderful colors. I haven't tested them yet for light fasten or for permanence. Yeah, they do wash up a little, but they're not running. It's not running near like some of the other sprays on the market. So this is the sheer glimmer. Then they have an opaque glimmer that they call chalkboard, and it has 29 colors, and that's what that looks like. A little different bottle. They have plain Jane baseboard. Let's see if I can find that one here. Now, plain Jane baseboard is the same opaque color, but with no glimmer, no mist, no mica at all. And they have, I'm still learning the product line. Anyway, I left there yesterday and am going to be involved in some form or fashion with their company. And I'll be going over the products and showing you how to use them. And I'm just going to give you a few little tips right now. Some things that I fell in love with and I thought were really cool. This is what they call Glimmer Glaze. And it's unbelievable. And I'm having trouble getting that one glammed up. You know what? I bet I can shake that. They don't advise shaking the spray bottles because the mica can clog the tube in the bottle. Now hang on to this, guys. This one is called Candy Sprinkles. Hold on. Look at this. You looking? You holding on? Look. It comes like fingernail polish. Isn't that awesome? This has a little bit of an odor, but it is non-toxic. And this is what it looks like on glossy paper. It actually goes on with a little bit of a texture and high gloss. This is one of their scrapbook papers on, it's on a real nice coated two-side cardstock, and it's under the Tattered Angels brand. So that's really cool. So I got several colors of that. This is called High Impact Multi-Purpose Paint. And let's see what this is. These are all acrylics, and a lot of them are formulated for furniture and household products. I said furniture. Permanent when dry. This one is light gold, so that explains the color I'm picking up there. These are also in their line, and they're really, really cool. I'm not going to open them right now, but I'll do that later. This is a system to create a faux finish. Now I saw every sample they had, and I think they have 16 or so different kits, and they range all the way from a brick wall to mahogany piece of wood, granite, look just like granite. But all you need is paper towel, fan, or a flat brush, and a heating tool. And the directions are in each kit to recreate that. So I've got two of those. This one's called Architecture, and this one's called Bare Metal. So that's going to look like rust. So we'll explore that together. I showed you that. Let me move this journal so that I don't get so close to the camera. I didn't even touch a third of the SKUs they have. This is a book, and I think this is a CanvasCorp brand. Guys, they make all this product, for the most part, as much as they possibly can in the United States. In fact, all these paints are made right there in Springdale. I was blown away. I love the raggedy edges on this little journal. It comes with the rings and some cardstock, and it would be real easy to customize, which is what I'm going to do one of these days. I have some printed fabric. Oops. Gardening pattern. A load of ephemera from 7 Gypsies. Now the good news about this is labeled $6.95. If you don't have a brick and mortar store near you, anywhere that you can just go in and pick this up, they have an online shopping cart and a store system, and they offer almost free shipping. So I think they've got a $5–10 limit on an order, so it makes it very possible for people like us who don't have a brick and mortar store to get their products. This is a Tattered Angels Tattered Pack. Tattered Tangles. And again, it's the cardstock and glossy finish. I don't see a price on that. This is some more of the ephemera from the 7 Gypsies line, just little bits and pieces of papers. These are fabric trading cards in canvas. I thought that was really cool. Has a lot of possibilities there. This little piece of printed fabric is vegetables. These will be great to come back over with testing some of the paints of theirs, and I also know that some of the fabric markers and things that I have will work great on this. Then let's see, one of these is so cool. Look at this. This is a mix and match pad, vino and ale, and there were about 5 or 6 different choices. This has a piece of specialty fabric. It has some papers. These all coordinate. Some beers. Love me some beers. Some more beer logos. Piece of corrugated paper. Piece of burlap. A piece of the canvas. Some recipe cards. Baking recipes. Just words for kitchen stuff. And this is a piece of dark paper, but it looks like it has just a little bit of an iridescence to it, bronzy color. Here's a craft sheet printed with wine bottle openers. Another piece, is that the same? Doesn't matter. It does not matter one bit. Yeah, it's a little bit different, it's lighter. And that has a craft paper backing on it. Here's some cheeses and wines. And some wine glasses, again on craft. And then the back sheet is a heavy piece of craft. And this is so cool. This is sewn together. And they do it right there in Springdale. How cool is that? And she loaded me up with some 7 Gypsies journal papers. I love their sentiments. They are funny and quirky and kind of like Vicki. Here's one. My mother has a picture of me sitting on a pony just like this. In fact, that could be me, blonde-headed. I don't think I ever had a lime green shirt, but the caption says, "I've decided that I no longer want to be an adult." Now, guys, that's funny. Look at this one. "I sing too much for someone who can't sing." A gypsy. That apropos, 7 gypsies. And another one that's been colorized, and she says, "That's a wrap on another day where I acted like I knew what I was doing." I don't know what that means, but it's funny. Laugh. Here's a couple of an antique picture. "I don't stand too close to other people in the picture so I can crop them out later." Here's a gypsy dancer. "I have an irrational fear of wasting a good outfit on an insignificant day." And a ballerina. "Don't quit your day." If I could read. "Don't quit your daydream." And on the back are little cards that could be cut out. These are a little bit bigger than ATCs, but they're really cool. I'm not going to go through every one of these papers. I'm just going to flip through. The farmhouse kitchen, black and white, great to color. Here it is in a brown tone, or recipes, farmhouse market. Some more kitchen. It's funny because I don't darken the door of the kitchen except to fix my adult alcohol drink, my adult Kool-Aid. And it is 20 to 5, so it's not time yet. They also have a line of papers that I'm real anxious to play with. This is a handmade looking paper with organic materials, grasses in it. This one says it's handmade, and it's got a few little shiny spots. But it's great to be able to buy a 12-inch piece of this decorative paper. Often they're sold in huge sheets and they're more expensive. So you have to make a bigger commitment. Here are white recipe cards. Craft recipe cards. Some more cards that could be cut out. Or not. Don't want to miss anything. Here's a white one, or cream colored one of the craft one, of the black one I showed you. And they have quite a few lines, quite a few papers that when you mist them with the sprays, patterns form. This one happens to be called Seersucker. As you can tell, I haven't played with these yet. And this is a high gloss paper. It says pattern leather, so I would assume that means that it looks like leather when you spray it. This one is called Crepe, and it's a translucent. This one's called Brush Cotton Cream. Oh my goodness, this feels wonderful. Kind of satiny. No, not satiny, but it feels like leather. Here's some more of the white papers, kitchen papers. Some more of the mistables. Ooh, look at that one. It's called Satin. It's got a glimmer and a different texture on the front and the back. Boucle white. And this has a little bit of a an iridescent, what do they call it? It looks like clouds or marble or something. It's almost like this paper has been sprayed with a stencil of some pattern, and I'm going to have to wait until I spray it to find out what it is. Cheat. Nope, doesn't show up to the light. Okay. More papers. This one is the boucle again. Oh, these are so cool. This is Seven Gypsies. That was Tattered Angels brand. Look at these cards you could cut out. Look at this fan. Make your own wind and set sail. I told you. These people think like Vicki. You call it being alone. I call it enjoying my own company. On the back side are printed, and they're the same size. Just different little, looks like book covers. Inspiration, ideas, and ingenuity. That's cool. Here's one with antique books. Oh, look. And then on the back are the books with the spines out, with some torn up wallpaper. Pretty. This is, looks like antique newspaper want ads. Pretty. The backs of these are as pretty as the fronts. Here's another worn fabric. Time is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Isn't that a pretty harlequin greenish? Here's some that's just words. Cool words though. Normal, liberated, creativity, curious, playful, gleeful. Those are happy words. Look how pretty that is. I know, I'm saying the same thing over and over. I did that yesterday too when I was in their office for 2 hours. License plates. More license plates. Stamps. I love old stamps. Ooh, that's neat. Look how cool. Gypsies never get tied down. Blame it on my gypsy soul. Travel does the heart good. Collect moments, not things. I like this too. Not all who wander are lost. And a map of the United States. That looks like a vintage sort of map. Here is another travel of the U.S. West Coast. These are from antique postcards, it looks like. And vintage postcard backs that match what's on the front. How clever is that? Here's another words, bathing suits, be yourself. This is on Travel US and another map. These are all cardstock too. It's a, I was in the printing business for years as a advertising marketing company, and this is a coated two-side paper. It's matte finish, but there is a coating to it, so it will hold up to a lot of abuse. Just little emblems that could be cut, used. Antique suitcases. And oh look, this is the pattern on the suitcase. Those stripes. Another one with antique books. Proof marks. I bet I know most of those too. There's another in the suitcase travel line. I know y'all are just going to have to stick with me. Look at this little piece of artwork here. Very high resolution work. Wonderful, wonderful high resolution. That's all I can say about that. Look at this. And I'm a graphic designer, and I'm impressed. It takes a lot to impress me, because I have did a lot of this stuff. Architectural elements. Wow. Y'all got to get some of this. And we'll all have fun. Look at this suitcase. Back. Months, weeks, days. Pretty. Now remember, all this is US made and printed, and it's printed down the street with a printing company that I used to use, so I know them well, and I'm tickled to death that this company is so close to me. And I'm tickled to death about the whole thing. It was just serendipity. So, watch for more from me. We're going to have some fun. And we're going to learn about some new products. We're going to have special offers, giveaways, maybe a design team call. We're going to have some kind of fun. So stay tuned, over and out, and I'll be back here before you know it. See ya. Bye.